Hey guys, how's it going? Coderman here. In today's video, I want to take you back to SEMA, show you the builds that I saw and parts that I'm probably going to end up buying, or at the very least, I'm very interested in. So before I even got my badge, I saw my first Bronco and realized that I'm probably going to see a lot of Broncos here in SEMA. Outside, they had all sorts of awesome Broncos. They had the off-road, the Bronco R, I think it was. In addition to that, Ford had some other Ford Performance Broncos, just all kitted out, ready to go off-roading, Baja, everything in between. It just was so cool to see all these different capable Broncos. But despite what my Instagram would tell you, this wasn't just a Bronco fest. Toyota had a bunch of great things here. They had an actual Bronco, it's not a Bronco. They had an actual camper. Actually, it was a Toyota Tundra camper. And it, just a really cool thing. The focus of this video is going to be Broncos because that's my focus and the channel's focus. So after walking around outside, we actually headed to the Bronco booth and ended up seeing Jay Leno give a Mustang to Keith Urban, which was really cool. Ford ended up announcing the Illuminator, which is an all-electric motor, and actually comes in around like $3,700, without, of course, its supporting accessories. For my Mustang build that I'm thinking of, this would be kind of neat and very different. So back to the floor and back to the Broncos. I've started to see things with fender deletes, big tires, lots of winches and bumpers. Man, I saw so many winches and bumpers. I honestly don't know what I would do for something at this point. And if it wasn't winches and bumpers, it was tons of different lights. So here we have a Bronco from Quake LED, all kitted out with lights, all sorts of rescue lights and things in between. Back inside, or I can think of one of the other halls, I don't even remember which one, they had this awesome tubular door set up. I believe this is actually a Ford accessory, so you could probably get it. Back to bumpers again. This thing was a massive ARB bumper. I wasn't loving it. I don't think you need all that for most use. They also had a bunch of overlanding stuff for, all sorts of drawer systems, refrigerators, storage systems, tents, everything that you would need for overlanding. And I think this is probably where I would be, not so much the rock crawling. So do I need a Bronco? Yes, I have one of them. Do I need a bumper for overlanding? Probably not, but what the hell? You want to make some differences. You want to make things different, less common than everybody else. But as you can see from this B-roll here, there's just tons of different bumpers and winch options. Really, I think every company that does it had a Bronco there, or at least had access to a Bronco. So this was actually Evil Trucks. Got to meet him. Great guy. Just broke his Bronco, as you probably saw from his channel. But it's great to meet up with him, and it was cool to see a YouTuber's Bronco be at SEMA. So in past times, you had to walk around SEMA, all the different halls, and it was a lot of walking. Well, Tesla created what's called the Tesla Loop, which is this really cool futuristic underground tunnel that you end up taking a Model X or a Model Y, and you get to move basically from the different pieces of the SEMA Convention Center. So this kind of gave me an idea of what my Bronco would look like if I painted the beauty rings, and honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I did like the red accents in here because I haven't seen this on any, so I'm wondering if Ford's actually going to be, offering different colors. So one company's product I really liked was this door storage solution. Didn't have too much information, but it was pretty cool. And then also DZ had some trail sight deletes as well as some mounting options for trail sights. So here you have kind of like a little trail light. Back to the bumpers and the lights. That's definitely going to be the theme of this video. So here's another Overlander from Bronco. It had an awesome fridge and drawer system rather. Another cool option if this is what you're into, check this out. Ford wasn't the only one doing the off-road thing. Chevy actually had the Beast concept, which was actually pretty badass. It should be inside a Halo. So as you saw from the beginning of the video where I saw Jay Leno and Keith Urban, walking around SEMA, you get to see a lot of, YouTubers and superstars. And I actually ended up getting to meet Han from Fast and the Furious. Kind of got to live my childhood in a way because I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, Fast and the Furious is kind of where my obsession of cars began. And then, of course, yes, it wasn't just Broncos and off-road vehicles. Chevy had the Z06. Actually got to meet the designer of the Z06 and have some great conversations with him. The engine looks absolutely amazing. I'm sure it sounds even better. Unfortunately, I wasn't there on the first day where they actually did show it outside. I even saw some bikes there, which was pretty cool. This one's all carbon fiber. I did not get to meet Strideman. I'm not even sure if he was there, but his cars were, and it was kind of cool to see that. TJ Hunt was also there. Saw him from a distance, but unfortunately couldn't meet up just because You know, they're always filming or doing something. It's hard. Lots of race car concepts, all sorts of different technology concepts for, you know, racing, and just all sorts of really cool vehicles that you just probably wouldn't see anywhere else. You know me, I had to find a Porsche, and I did. This Gentani setup was absolutely amazing, and I'm sure it sounds even better. And I'm not even sure what this is. I never got its name, but it looks like it's a carbon fiber tubbed race car, and it looks like it would be a whole lot of fun to run. So the first couple days I spent looking at bumpers and winches, and this day I was looking more at suspensions and tires. I have the Sasquatch setup, but I obviously am looking at, you know, future options. And here you can see some more tire options, and then of course some more bumpers, because believe it or not, I actually found a different winch setup than I had seen before. This one I actually referred to as the shelf. Something I didn't see a lot of was accessory rail options, but this company did have one. You may have seen my full video on this vehicle, but I really like this light bar. I think I'd go with this. And, you know, these rock sliders are cool, but I prefer the step-down ones. And once again, some more tire options. You know, I actually kind of like the bronze rims. And then they had this crazy thing, the Funhaver. It's just a totally tricked out Bronco that would just be an absolute blast in the desert. And you can just tell from the suspension and just every piece of it, it would just be crazy fun. So outside, they also had some Broncos, some different options. This one had some tinted taillights, which I really didn't understand. But I did like here the actual painted emblem. I think that would look cool in Velocity Blue. I headed back outside. I think this was on day 3. I ended up finding this amazing International that was built by Hyundai. And this thing, from front to back, was just absolutely gorgeous. If there was a craziest wrap contest, this thing would have won it. It had so many details, and the closer you got, the more crazy it got. And then as my day was wrapping up, my third day rather, I ended up taking in the Burnout Pit and basically I think this is like dynamic handling control or something like that. Maybe a drifting course, I'm not really sure. But overall, it was like the last thing that I saw at SEMA. Hopped on the plane and flew back to Boston, and just, yeah, been creating content on the Bronco. Been talking with some companies and getting some stuff lined up. I actually have some lights coming in pretty soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And yeah, as always, I appreciate you guys checking out these videos. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next video.